Oh, I missed. Sorry. Now I have pressed the record button. Someone didn't remind and I didn't press. Okay, no problem. Fine. So static. So I'm was giving some idea you about a static. So static, like we can use it on variable level, we can use it on method level, we can use it for blocks, we can use it for inner class, we can use it for inner interface. So at 5 places you can use a static. I repeat once again because it's a very important interview question. For variables, a static allowed. For methods, a static allowed. For blocks, a static allowed. For inner class, a static allowed. For outer class, not allowed. For inner interface, a static allowed. For outer interface, a static not allowed. Fine. And for constructor, static not allowed. For constructors, static not allowed. Fine. And now I am going to design a static concept. So this is my pack. I will click here, new class, static demo. Fine guys. So you can see the concept. It's coming from like java.lang.object. It is the superclass of all the classes in Java, and modifiers I am using public for class. This is the concept. Initially I was not giving you, but now you know the concept of public, private, abstract, protected, all such things you know. So one by one I will try to give. Like here I am using public. Now clicking on finish. You can see some example of a static. By default it is coming like for main method a static keyword is there. So if it is static, like there should be only one method as name and variables like this. Fine. And only one instance will be available and it will be loaded by default in the class area, because in memory an area is acquired, and when you are declaring something as static, that member of that class is loaded into the class area of the memory. Fine. And now it will not be available with each and every instance of this class. It is available with that class. Fine. And compiler, basically JVM looks for public static void main. So it starts execution from here. And in this, we are going to see the concept of a static variable. First, I will not use a static, then I will use a static. You can see the difference. I am using here intx equal to 100. Fine. You are simply seeing that this is non-static variable because the static keyword is not present. And now here I am using static y equal to 200. You can see these are class variables because they are present in class area. And what I will try to do, I will try to access like via sysop. I am trying to print the value of x. You can see some error is coming. We will click on here, change the x to a static. Why it is so? Because there is one restriction. A static method, this is one static method. Fine. So static method can only access the static variables. So for x, it is not allowed. Fine. But same concept if I will use, here I have missed int. So it is coming error, right? Now again I want to use cshow and I want to print the value of y. Can you see no error are coming? No error is coming. And simply if I will run the program, I am getting the value 2. But how I am going to use this value? If I want to use this value, how I am going to use that? So for non-static members, first you will have to create the instance. Rule number 1. If it is non-static, then you will have to create one instance equal to new This is the rule applied, and via obj dot you can access the non-static member. So there is difference which I wanted to explain you. Fine. You can see this is non-static member. This is a static member. So a static method can access non-static variables directly inside the class. Inside the class directly they are accessible. And for static, non-static, you will have to create one instance, and with the instance dot reference variable you can access those members. Now try to execute. You can see over here these are like values coming. So this is one concept. Again, moving further, I'll try to give you more. This was like applied to main, so I explained in this way. Now moving forward, I am trying to explain you some different. Copy, right click, paste. Here I will not use main method in this class. I will use main method outside the class. Fine. And I will also take some two methods too, because I want to explain that concept too. So one is void public void m1. It means it is method 1. See, so we are in method 1 and I am using one more method, only changing one thing, static. You can use static public or public static, both are allowed. And I am just for your ease, I am putting some comment. Fine guys. So for your ease, I am putting some comments. You can see what I designed. I have designed two variables. One is static, one is non-static. So this is a static, this is non-static. And one is static, it is non-static method, and it is a static method. Why static? Like it is having the static keyword. So what will happen? I will try to use this like a design somewhere as per my requirement. So how I am going to do that? Right click, new class. static demo 3. And here I will use main method because I want to use. So this is why I am using here. This is a simple class and simple main method is there and I want to use. So using this class outside anywhere, I will have to create one instance. You know this. If you don't want to create one instance, you have to use the concept of inheritance. But here I am not using concept of inheritance. A static variable, like I am taking var1 equal to new, this concept. See, I got the reference variable. I got the reference variable here, and with the reference variable dot operator you can see what are the things available for you. X is available and Y is not available. X is available and Y is not available. Just I'm trying to explain. For method, M1 is available and M2 is not available. You can see over here, just see the list, what the list is containing. So X is there, M1 is there, Y is not there, M2 is not there. So why? Try to identify why they are not there. So non-static members are accessible with the reference variable and static members are accessible directly with the class. Fine. So how you want to use? Like if you want to use, you can use like say that CISO, and you are using var1 dot x. Just try to run this code and see what the result is coming. So it is directly coming from here. Whatever the value I have given, it is coming over from here. If I am changing the value, say that here 500, and now I am coming here, again I am going to re-execute. So you can see this time the value it is coming as 500. So if I am modifying there, the impact is directly over here. And if I want to use the method, I can use var1 dot va1 dot m1. So in m1, what I have written, we are in method 1. If I will run this code, you will see over here what the value it is coming. We are in the method 1. So that's fine. But what if I want to use the static members? So we have two static members. One is like a variable and one is like method. So how I am going to use that? So we have the class, right? First identify the class. The class name is this. You have to use this class, and via dot operator you can access the static members. The static members are the members, like it is the class variable. So using class variable you can directly use class name, and via dot operator you can access the static members. This is one concept, and like yet not finished. I will try to cover more on static, because as of now I have given the concept of static, like how in memory management the static is coming to the picture. I will try to also explain. I'm using CSHOW, SYSO, control a space bar. And via class name dot y, sorry, not y, m2 dot m2. Now I'll try to re-execute the code. You can see over here what the values are coming. It is coming directly from this class, isn't it? You can match the value. The value of y is 200, so it is coming 200, and the value of x, it was coming from here. And one more concept I would like to give you, like suppose that I have copied this code and I'll try to put y this way. So you can see a warning message is coming. You can use static members via reference variable too, but with the dot operator you will not able to see. You can see y is not coming, but here like one trick is there, you can use, but a warning message is coming. Here you can see that it is saying the static member should be always accessed with the class name. You can use with reference name, that is also allowed, but it is advisable that you should use with the class name. Otherwise a warning would come. So due to this line of code I am getting 200. And same for this, if I want, I can use va1 dot m2. This is the method name, but via dot I am not getting this. You can see m2 is not present here, but if I am deliberately using m2, so you can see this will work, but with warning. A warning would be there. Left side you can see warning are there, and when you will mouse over, it is saying that it should be static demo2, use class name. So if it is a static member, it should be used with the class name. Same code is running, but this is another way. In the case of warning you can access, and I am going to try to give you the concept of a static block. So how I am going to create a static block in Java? Simply static and curly bracket open and curly bracket close. CISO hello, we are into static block. You can see I have just created like one non-static variable, one static variable, one non-static member method, one static method, and I have used one static block. And concept I wanted to give, if you want to use static members, you can directly call with class name. If you want to use non-static, first you will have to create one reference, and with the reference variable you can call. But what if you are having one static block? So how you are going to access that? So it is not the part of like any variable class name reference. It is loaded when the class is loaded into the memory, and before executing these things, this will be executed first. This will be executed first. Fine. It will be automatically executing. You can see. Say that when I am running this line of code. So before running this line of code, what will happen? The compiler will come here and this will run this line of code first. Fine. So static block are activated before static methods. Just try to run. What is coming over here on the first of the top, you can see. First it is coming hello, we are into static block. So what is happening when we are executing this line of code? So that's why it is coming. And what if I will design one more static block over here to explain you more, because this is coming from different class. You can see this is coming from different class. This is into static demo. And now in static demo 3, I am going to design one more static block. See, so we are into static block of static demo 3. So now you should able to know which block will be activated first. You can have a look what is happening. So first, when I am executing this program, this line of code is loaded into the memory, and due to that this is automatically executing, and I am not calling it anywhere. You can see I am not explicitly calling it. It is automatically being loaded. So what is happening when I am going to run this program? First my class is loaded, and at the loading of the class time, this block will be automatically executed. Fine guys. And after that this method will be loaded, and after that this code will be loaded. So before loading like this class into the memory, because you are using a static demo class, it's a name of class, so it will come here and it will look for any static block. If it is found there, that code would be loaded, and after that that execution is going to. So this is like very tricky concept of a static block, and in interview they will be asking like, what if you will be having a static block? So if in the case of multiple static block, say that I have designed multiple static blocks. This is one, and one is like outside the main. Fine. Second, I'm putting here second. Like again, I'm putting here. So how the order of the execution will flow, you can see over here. So when you are having multiple static blocks, so it will depend upon the order in which you have implemented. So first this, after this, and after this. First this will execute, after that this will execute, after that this will execute. Then it will look for main, because main is a method and this is a block. So block is on the top priority than method. So block is executed first. So you can see the result, how it is going to execute. The third one has executed at the second place, because the order of execution is like that. And after that, when it is coming to this main method, then the class is loaded, then the rest of the code is being loaded. So thank you guys, thank you for today. Like this was the concept of a static in Java, and there are some restriction as well, like in static block or static method you cannot use this and super, but as of now you don't have the concept of this and super, so it will be like difficult to you to make you understand. And for constructor, like static keywords are not allowed, but we can have static keywords for inner class and inner interface, but in the most of the cases like static are used in such fashions. And one more concept I will give you about static variables, like what is the difference between static variables and instance variable. That topic I will going to cover tomorrow. Fine guys. So thank you for all today.
Thank you, Rajiv.
Welcome. Yes, who is this? Yeah, hi Dasri. Fine.
Raju, can we send a word not other than using like send keys? Without using send keys, can we send any word into the list edit box?
In which web element?
For example, think that there is a Google. Okay, I
Okay.
need to pass a value over the input value.
Mm-hmm.
For passing an input value, we use an send keys, right?
Right.
Without using send keys, can we pass a value?
Yeah, there are multiple ways which we can pass the values. Like if you don't want to use send key,
Okay.
one is via
Okay.
JavaScript. Getting my
JavaScript.
point?
Okay.
One is via JavaScript. One is via Auto IT. One is via
Auto.
robot class. One is via Sequely. So there are like numerous third party ways in which you can do the same which you are doing via SandCase.
Okay. Okay, Raju. Thank you.
Like
You know the
this
other
is
thing.
this is also interview question. What you are asking now? This is also an
Yeah.
interview, very important interview question. Like they will be asking, like you have to pass the login. Say that in the login input box you have to type something. You have to type like password into the password box, and you have to like traverse to the next page. So how you are going to do that? So all such questions are being asked. So these are bit tricky
Yeah.
questions, and when you will go through different sites, you will find the answers. Like
Yeah, but can we use it? Can we pass a value by action keys?
yeah, via actions you can also do that. Via actions like sentence is required there, but you can use copy paste via actions. I think copy paste is allowed there. If you
Copy
are
paste
not
means like
typing,
how?
if you are not typing from keyboard, how you are going to input? Just think of that. In numerous ways you can perform
Okay.
such things,
Exactly.
right? Via drag and
Yeah.
drop also you can do that. If you are not using
Uh,
copy paste, you can use drag and drop and you can use that.
okay. Okay. I'll try my site tomorrow.
Yeah,
Hope we
sure.
don't have tomorrow class, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm thinking like that. In at least my target is 4 to 5 class in a week. So I think we
Okay.
have covered the target and we should give some time to practice yourself too. But if anyone has any doubt, he can ping or she can ping me. No problem. Most
Sure,
welcome.
Raju. Yeah.
I'm available on WhatsApp, I'm available on Skype.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
Thank you.
more
Good night.
questions?
I'll try from my side and I'll pin you if any
Yeah,
doubt.
sure. Most welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good night.
Welcome, Mahesh. So I'm going to close the meeting for today. Fine. And I have missed the alert like recording. If anyone has recorded, they can share.